do this quickly. Okay, I would love to welcome again Professor Dr. Regunath Parakkal from India. And he will be sharing with us again very important topic on prevention from suicide. Professor Dr. Regunath Parakkal is former Prime Minister and Chief Minister awardee, featured in Times Square, New York, USA, World Record Creator, World Book of Record UK, along with Clouds, one of the most influential person of the world, one among 25 people by international newspaper Egypt Bayan, 158 nationals, internationals, and local awards, out of which 41 are international awards. He's certified counselor for India Co-Win Action Network, trained by NIMHANS, Bangor, for providing psychological first aid and emotional support to children. Appreciation from National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, New Delhi, for providing psychological first aid, emotional support to children affected during COVID-19 pandemic. Professor Dr. Regunath is American Psychological Association member, international member of Australian Counseling Association, professional member of International Association for Counseling and Europe, chief mentor, sport education for Sport Academic Association of India, working in Parliament Hospital, Co-Hospital, Welfare Hospital in Ghana and in India, global career counselor, certified by University of California and Greenbelt career counselor. So, learning disability remedy practitioner, certified by Jane University, preventive healthcare professional, certified by Government University, Delhi, nutrition counselor, certified by Institute of Health Management Research, Bangor, nutrition ambassador of the World Academy of Food Security and Social Peace. English teacher training certification from TELF, visiting professor of Madan Bandari Memorial Academic, Nepal, professor of Virtual University for International Relations, Benin, West Africa. Professor Regunath is also the professor and HOD counseling, PAC Group of Institution, Cambodia, ambassador and honorary professor at International Intensive University, India, international vice chairman of International Human Rights and Social Justice Federation, Share Global Citizen Peace Federation, peace ambassador for India Global Peace Challenge, global ambassador of Dynamic Peace Rescue Mission International, which is Peacekeeping and Peace Building Academy in Nigeria. So, let us welcome Professor Regunath Parakkal, my own personal mentor and our advisory board member of Y.Y.C.I International. It's good to see you, sir. You're welcome once again. Long time. I hope you are taking good care of yourself. Because
yes, sister. Nowadays,
health is more important.
Health is always important. If you are losing the health, everything is lost.
Exactly.
So I am taking care of my health. I was not a little bit well in the previous year. Now I am absolutely okay. I started traveling all over India. Started taking classes.
Still take it easy, sir.
Yes, started moving. And I was there in Delhi recently to have as a chief guest of California Public University to give some doctorates. And I was also there with some war talk there. Okay.
Wow.
I think I'll send a copy of the vote talk to you, sister. I think you have received it also. Okay. Anyway, nice of you for inviting me for this session again. It is always my privilege to interact with so many friends all over the world. Good morning, friends. Good afternoon. Good evening. Rather, I will say good night afterwards after finishing the session. My right, sister, and it's a very interesting topic which I used to take all over in, right? Because it's a very, very, not only an interesting, it is a very important topic. Why a person is deciding to commit suicide? I think, sister, we will have an interaction because we both are professors so that we can pass more information by interaction. Why, sister, people are, decided to commit suicide means people are having a feeling, right? I don't have any support. I have a big issue, right? So I'm not going to overcome this situation. And he is deciding, yes, I will commit suicide. There are two types of suicide available. One thing with immediate decision, you're going for a suicide. Second thing, sister, as you are aware, people are planning in advance, right? So that sort of suicide can be prevented provided we know what is his mental health. But it is also observed as a psychologist that the people who are committing suicide, right, are always having mental issues. Mental issues in the sense their emotional quotient is not balanced. So if we can find out the emotional quotient in advance, lot of suicide can be prevented. But sister, I want to say we are all giving more importance to our physical health. Nobody is bothered about the mental health. Yes or no? Nobody is bothered about the mental health. I was talking this concept right in the war talk in New Delhi with Holiday Inn when I was there as the one of the star speaker or the main speaker. The mental health is not at all taken care properly. We are only giving the importance for the physical health. See, the thing is, as far as India is concerned, sister, you are aware that I am from India, right? It is the most populated country. Agreed? Most populated country. It was China earlier. Now we are the number one in the world. As per the WHO survey, sister, it is observed that out of 10 people, right, 6 to 7 are having psychological or rather the psychiatrical issues. But nobody is bothered. Actually, this is a survey of India. If we are taking some survey in UK, in America, all over the world, you will get more ideas regarding all these aspects. But still, nobody is bothered about all those things. We are always concerned with the physical health. Take the case of, I want to ask, sister, in your province or in your state, the number of doctors, especially the psychologists and the psychiatrists, are less comparing to the physicians, orthopedicians, gynecologists. Am I right, sister?
Yes, you are right.
So the government or the worldwide, we can observe that the governments are not giving much importance to the mental health of the people. We only give importance to the physical health. We never bothered about, we always bothered about the COVID, vaccines impact and other things. We never discussed about the impact, right? Discussed, or rather the impact, we never discussed about the COVID created mental health issues. Yes or no, sister? We never discussed about that. We are always behind the vaccine, physical health, but COVID situation created also a lot of mental health issues. I want to tell you another interesting. When I was in a university, somebody was talking one interesting thing. Increase the educational background of the people or the students or the youth, you can control suicide. Sister, I want to ask a counter question to you, right? Because I always wanted to ask questions to you. Whether increase of the education will decrease the suicide? Very interesting question.
I think it will.
Yes. But now I will tell you another interesting data. I am from a state called Kerala, where the literacy rate is almost 100%, highest in India. Okay, highest in India, my state. But my state is having highest suicidal rate compared to any other states.
Okay.
So
So I can change.
very
Okay.
because people, those who are listening, will be, interested to know all this fact. So mental health education doesn't have direct impact. Whereas when we are taking a state called Bihar, the literacy rate is very low, whereas the suicidal rate is also very low. Once I was presenting this concept in a seminar near to my district, that is not near to my district, inside my district, one college called Victoria College, one, small girl told me, Dr. Angle, you don't know this because Keralites are thinking much, so that's why they are committing suicide. Very interesting concept. Once your education is higher, according to her, you will think much so that your suicidal rate is very high. So education is not going to work out at all. It is a survey I am giving you from my own state. And I want to tell you, a district called Koilur is considered to be the #1 district as far as the suicide is concerned in India. That is from my state. I was working with the literacy mission to prevent this suicide. So education is not going to improve, right? Or not going to prevent the suicide. Then we had to work something else. When I was there in Delhi, during my war talk, I suggested one interesting thing. Sister Elizabeth, we should have a happiness ministry. I don't know, in UK, there is a happiness ministry.
No, I don't. I can't.
Yes,
Of.
health ministry is there. Why can't we have happiness ministry led by an expert in the subject so that we can avoid so many mental
Mental
issues?
issues.
See, in UK, Elizabeth sister, you will agree to my point that there is a health ministry.
Yeah.
In India also there is a health ministry. Probably in USA also there is a health ministry. All over the world there will be health ministry. But health ministry should be, divided into two divisions. One is to take care of the physical health, and second one is to take care of the mental health. And that ministry should be named as the happiness ministry. Agreed, sister?
Yes.
Let our discussion will be heard by the concerned people so that they will take an initiative to form a happiness ministry.
It's true.
We are all professionals, experts in the subject. Why can't the concerned authorities hear about this concept? And the health ministry should take care of the health issues of the people, whereas the happiness ministry should take care of the mental health of the people. The mental health of the people should be taken, or the ratio of the mental health of the people should be taken by doing a survey. In the survey, you can understand those who are not happy.
Yes.
And those who are not happy definitely have really got the exposure to mental health issues as well as the suicide. Am I right, sister?
Yes, you are right.
Yes. So, if it is possible, we should have a real national survey regarding all this aspect about the happiness issues of the people. Every week, somebody is coming and asking whether, some physical issues are there, right? Whether there's a possibility of mosquito coming to your home so that any other dengue, something like that will come. But nobody is bothered about the suicide and mental health issues. Sister, it is observed by psychologists, right, that once a suicidal is happening inside a home, right, possibility of another suicide, okay, shortly. But we are not taking care of the rest of the members there. If an epidemic is spreading, sister, you will agree that all the doctors, physical doctors, physical health, concerned doctors, minister will rush to the concerned place. Whereas once a suicide is coming, no authorities are inquiring about what happened to them. There is no survey. There is no protection of the rest of the members. So possibility is more than 10 to 15% as per a psychological survey. So let us come to, before coming to the suggestion of the solution, let us understand what type and what are the reasons for suicide. Sister, the main concept is failures. It may be a love failure. It may be an examination failure. It may be he or she may be concerned about the goal not achieving, financial issues, right? Then some serious illness. Some serious illness. Elizabeth, sister, now another trend is coming, right? Once you are overcoming the age of 65 to 70, right? Who may be having kids, right? They may be working outside. They are not available there at your home. So nobody is there to look after the parents' interest. Nobody is there to look after the parents' interest. Certain people don't want to be a burden for the children. So they are committing suicide. Recently, sister, can you believe that? One couple committed suicide. They are around 65 to 70 years of age. Both are doctors. Both are doctors.
Wow.
So just understand, in the suicidal note, they have put one interesting this thing that we don't want to be a burden to our children. We don't want to be a burden to the children. So that relationship issue is also developing. I don't know, sister, whether there are so many old age homes there at UK? Yes or no? Why the old age come? UK are developing, or in India it is developing because there are so many crushes outside your home. Understand, the joint family structure is spoiled. Now it is a nuclear family. It's a nuclear family, father and mother. We call it not only nuclear family, we call it a scooter family. Why no? Sister, one husband, one wife, one children, so that they can go in a scooter. So it is called a scooter family. It is not a joint family. Grandparents are not there. Once you have an issue, the grandfather will come. Why you are sitting like this, Elizabeth? Somebody is there to ask you. Here nobody is there because Google cannot ask the question. No. Social media cannot ask the question. No. Why you are sitting like this? Social media cannot love you. But now our youth are loving the social media.
Yeah.
The technology have developed in such a way that the youth started loving the social medias. Am I right, sister? But social media or the technology cannot love you. Only human beings can only love each other. See, Elizabeth, sister, you will be surprised to know that now there are certain practitioners inside in India. I am one of the, practitioner with this concern subject approved by the government of India. Hygiene, cyber hygiene practitioners. Why a cyber hygiene practitioner should be there? Because the youth is using more cyber, events or cyber, this sort of things, or technology in such a way that the communication inside the family is lost. This is one of the reasons. Communication inside the family is lost. Sister, it is observed one interesting thing. Though COVID created a lot of issues all over the world, but the side effect or the main effect or the positive effect of the COVID is one interesting factor. Communication increase inside the family. You know, people cannot go outside. So they started sitting inside. I used to share one interesting joke in Kerala. Whenever there's a power cut, the communication inside the family is more. Because power cut, you cannot do anything, no, sister. So they are communicating each other. Though COVID created a lot of other issues, definitely it created a lot of other issues, but communication inside the family have increased. It is observed that communication inside the families are very less. Because of that, the suicidal rate is also increased. So the joint family system, if it is not possible, at least the sharing of thoughts, sharing of love should be there. Am I right, sister? This is lacking now. Yeah. This is lacking. Yeah. This is also lacking with the couples. So it is observed that once we are taking the joint family, the divorce rate is very low. Now we are having a nuclear family, whereas the divorce rate is very high. I think in UK it is also like that. You take a survey, sister, you can understand that young couples, they are changing the partner like anything. And even the marriage concept is also changed. No, it became a living together now. It's an adjustment. It's an adjustment. There is no bondage. Without the bondage, how the communication or the real love will come? It is like a plucking of the flower. Just say like. So you are plucking the flower. But when you are having a love towards that plant, you will pour the water. and see that it is, grown properly. Am I right? That is the difference between the like and love. Now only that like are there inside the society. There is no love properly. There is no communication. So that's why all these are coming.
Wow.
So the reason for suicide when we are taking, yes, it's a communication gap. The family system is spoiled. Because of the failures, love failures, examination issues, examination problems, and having a feeling that I have not achieved that goal, financial issues, right? And critical certain illness, and having a feeling that nobody's look after there too, especially when the parents are getting older. You will agree this part, no, sister? Now I will ask an interesting part. Actually, whether an event is creating a suicide, sister, will you? I want to ask you another question. Yes. Whether an event is creating a suicide or event is leading to a suicide,
it's leading to a suicide.
I will totally disagree with the people that events are not at all creating any mental issues. Can you believe this? When, see, in the end of the session, I'll suggest certain things that is the therapy method, but I will just discuss with you, sister, one interesting thing. When once an event is coming, I will tell you an interesting concept called a happening. Right, sister? Happening.
Happening.
An event. Okay. But happening an event is not causing any issues to you. Suppose if anybody is there now in the platform, he will definitely going to question us. Happenings are not going to create any issues. Yes, my dear friends, happenings are not going to create any issues. But another thing, the second stage is coming. Once any happenings are coming, how we are evaluating the happenings are very important. Agreed, sister? Based on our evaluation, actually, all issues are going to come. I will give you a real example, sister. Suppose if a person, a farmer is having 3 to 4 lakhs of US dollar or Indian, rupees, or some rupees of UK or something. There is also a dollar, no? That is UK dollars. 2 persons are having 3 lakhs of, debts, loan from the bank. One person, see, this is actually the happening, sister. 2 person is having debts, the loan from the bank, 3 lakhs. Okay. One person is taking the attitude, okay, next time I will avoid certain methods so that I will learn more from the agriculture. I'll get more income and I will see that this debt is, rather the loan is paid to the bank. Other person, what he is doing, he is thinking that, oh, I'm fixed. I cannot do anything. Both of the persons are facing the same issue, but one person's attitude is different. Second person's attitude is different. The second person is immediately committing suicide. So I want to tell you, sister, actually happenings are not at all an issue, right? How we are viewing that happening, what is our attitude towards the happenings are going to be very important. There lies, sister, the cognitive behavioral therapy. You might have heard about this. Dr. Brook invented the CBT, which we people are following a lot to our people. Cognitive behavioral therapy, in the sense we are changing the cognitive, means thought process of the people. B means it is behavior. So if we are addressing the cognitive part of any human being, the mental issues can be solved. Agreed, sister? It is not the happenings, really the happenings are making an issue for committing suicide. It is a thought about the happenings. It is a cognitive process about the happening. Or the thought process or the attitude towards the happenings are going to be the real issues. So that can be solved with the help of a psychologist. There lies the psychoeducation is very important. As I suggested, a happiness ministry, if it is they going to come, it should have psychoeducation with 8th standard students, 9th standard students, 10th standard students, 11th and 12th, and all the youth. So that at least the next generation is taken care, sister. It should be part of the syllabus. Psychoeducation should be part of the syllabus. Now you are teaching chemistry. My Elizabeth sister is teaching what? Leadership skills. Good. Along with the leadership skills, Elizabeth sister, there should be a psychoeducational process. You agree now? Along with the management concept, all the MBA students should also have psychoeducation. See, presently, sister, what is the problem with the society, no? Or the teachers, no? Or the parents, no? They educate the children only to get the success.
Wow.
Agree, no, sister?
Yeah.
We are only educating our youth, our students, our youngsters, even the young employees to get the success. Agree, no? We are training. You get 95% marks, 100% mark. In our state, we used to say A plus, something like that. But Elsevier sister, we never teach them how to face the failure.
Yeah.
Agreed. It should be part of the education system. It should be part of the education system. Suppose Elizabeth sister, one particular person is having success, 10th standard good marks, 11th standard good marks. It's a real story. Actually, I'm talking, but I'm not revealing which organization, etc. And he got, high class mark with some engineering, IIT, something like that. And he went to USA, had good job also. But during some economical crisis, he lost his job, right? So always he was getting only the success. Once he lost a job, he was searching for a job, but he didn't get a proper job where he was earning with the same company. So he was losing confidence and his money also totally lost. Totally up to the age of 29 to 30 years, he was only hugging the success. One particular morning, sister, what happened? No, a failure came and hugged him and he committed suicide. This is a real story I'm talking.
Wow.
What happened here? The society, the educational system, the teachers, everybody was giving only the training to achieve the success. But not to face the failure. So once a failure is hugging you, you are immediately losing the hope, deciding, yes, I have a big problem. I don't want to live here. He is committing suicide. So in the educational system itself, there should be training for facing the failure.
Mm.
Failures are nothing but familiarization toward the success. Failure is nothing but part of the success. They should be educated. You know, the principle of vaccine. Once that antigen entering, no, sister, you will get antibodies. You get immunity. Likewise, some ordinary virus, if it is entering, the body will produce antibodies so that you will get immunity. But how you will get mental immunity, sister? Mental immunity you will get only by one thing. When you are facing the failure, when you are overcoming the failure, you get the mental immunity. So failure is also must in your life. Agreed, sister? Failure is also must in your life. If you are having success all over your lifetime and in the end of your life, if you are facing a failure, then end of it, you will commit suicide or you will run away from the problem. Most of the people are run away from the problem means they are going away from the earth itself. That is the suicide.
Mm.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
But sister, actually, the people who are committing suicide, right? When they are planning in advance, they give a signal to the society. Oh, my life is not good. What I should do? How I can move ahead? This is a first sign. But during that time, no, what most of the society members, right, sister? Most of you, the parents, they will ignore it. They will say that barking dog will not bite. Barking dogs will not bite. But please understand, this is a sign. His emotional quotient is imbalanced. His EQ is in trouble. So if during that particular time, if we can change his cognitive and behavioral process, definitely we can save the person. Yes or no? Definitely we can save the person. So usually there will be signs, and if the signs are continued, if it is, I mean, entering into an anxiety level, stress level, if it is entered into a depression level, if is directly exposed to a psychiatrist and a psychologist, definitely we can save the life. But still the taboo is there inside the society. Meeting a psychiatrist, meeting a psychologist is always an issue. Still, the people are reluctant in meeting a psychiatrist and a psychologist. The government should take an initiative to overcome this sort of belief from the people. If you can meet for, some, if you are having some issues with your teeth, you are meeting a dentist. If you are having some issues with your, heart, you are meeting a cardiologist. Likewise, if you are having a mental issue, definitely you have to meet a psychiatrist or a psychologist. But that sort of development still not available even in the developed countries. Elizabeth sister, I like to ask a question.
Yes, sir.
Whether in UK, once the people are having some mental psychological issue, they have really the, inhibition of meeting a psychiatrist and psychologist.
I'm not too sure of that.
But I heard that the psychiatrists and psychologists numbers are very less in UK like India.
Yes.
So see, the mental health is not properly taken care. And another thing, Actually, we are having that taboo of meeting the psychiatrist and psychologist. Suppose if a person is taking the person to a psychologist, the person is reacting to the parents or the concerned person that I don't have any madness, then why should I meet a psychologist? Actually, psychologists are people not solving the madness alone. Psychiatrists are the people not solving the madness alone. They can give you so many directions. Yes or no? But still that taboo is available all over the world. The number of psychologists should be increased inside the country, inside the world. Number of psychiatrists should be increased inside the world. The quota of psychologists with institutions, the quota of psychiatrists with various medical colleges should be increased so that ample number of psychologists, counselors, psychiatrists, they are there with the system, not only in primary or the important private hospitals, but also with the government system so that the common people also can get the service of psychologists and psychiatrists. It is very difficult to meet a psychologist because you don't get much option in our district, no, sister. Only 4 to 5 people are there as a psychologist, and say maximum 10 to 12 people are there as a psychiatrist. So it's not easy to meet a psychologist or a psychiatrist doctor. So now I will talk about some other thing in finding solutions. That is the most important thing. Am I right?
Yes.
Because we are generally talking about various things. In my earlier talk, I already communicated, sister, there should be psycho-education inside the schools, colleges. Psycho-education should be part of the syllabus. And most important thing, the problem-solving skills should be taught. The problem-solving skills should be taught. Sister, you might have heard about the WHO's adolescent education concept where it is known as life skills. Have you heard about the life skills, sister? In the life skills, the most important concept is problem-solving skills, communication, right? Then what? Self-realization. Actually, the person who is committing suicide doesn't know the strength of his, whereas he is totally aware of his weakness. Am I right, sister? He is totally aware of the weakness, but he is not aware of the strength of it. There lies the education of the self-awareness. They're all carbon. Only thing is they have to polish regularly with education, psycho-education, and self-motivation and motivation so that you will finally get the great diamond. Diamond basic material, sister, you will agree that it is a carbon. But with psycho-education, with mental health education, with regular policy, polishing of it, with motivation, with patting, with self-motivation, if you are regularly polishing it, you will get a diamond. That is what the society required. Every citizen should be a diamond. Every citizen should be a diamond. Everybody is a carbon, but if you are regularly giving the mental health education and the motivation, definitely we can convert everybody to a diamond. So I'll come back to my point once again. Psychoeducation in the adolescent, youth, all professional colleges. Sister, recently I want to tell you, medical college students, after completion of their MBBS, committed suicide. Now it is observed that, see, the police people, they are having maximum stress. All the psychological, psychiatric issues start with stress. But nobody is there to have to find out the solution. So the military people are having a lot of issues. Police people are having a lot of issues. Because of that, the suicidal rate is also high. Sister, if you take a survey, you will get an interesting thing. Any country, you take suicidal rate ratio among the policemen, okay, among the army people, any country, it's high. Why? Work pressure. Now, another field is developing, like the army and the police. It is nothing but IT field. In the IT field, you know that information technology, no, sister? Get out or get out, you get such a kind of pressure. You get such a kind of pressure. You know, pressure always lead for removal of pleasure. Pleasure is lost here because of the pressure. Pleasure is lost because of the pressure. So, the work environment should be taken care. The working environment. Actually, sister, I want to tell you, we psychologists are facing a lot of pressure, but we cannot say to anybody.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Even we cannot say it to anybody. You know, during the COVID situation, we are all with mobile phones. With the national network, we people are trained right from the NIMHANS, and we were attending calls from adolescents. We were working together. About 100 to 200 psychologists or the counselors were working. I was trained by NIMHANS, Bangalore. You might have heard about the NIMHANS. That is the prestigious institute in Asia, which is giving, importance to the mental health. So we were attending all these things. Police people also had a, project called NANMA. I was also behind this NANMA. So we were all doing online counseling, irrespective of night 12 o'clock. Right? Immediately we will get, they will say, sir, we have taken a, threat, we are going to commit suicide. And converting them to a normal life is not at all easy. That will give pressure to you. Psychologists are also having tremendous pressure. And one more thing, interesting thing, sister, you will be surprised. The average life of a doctor is less than an ordinary man. An average life of a doctor is less than an ordinary man. Why? It is a work pressure. It is lesser than ordinary men, doctors, and doctors' life, when it is compared to the psychologist's life is also lesser because it is a work pressure. I really appreciate because with my sister, Elizabeth's sister, because whenever I ask you certain time, you used to give because you can understand that the work pressure which I am getting, because you know pretty well that I had to go back to the hospital.
Yes.
For this purpose, because I still remember so many incidents where you give me correct opportunity so that I can talk share whatever my knowledge and I can go back to this thing. So every second is important for us. Yes. Am I right?
Yes.
Because our time we are contributing to somebody else. Okay, we will come back to the concern part. And the person's mind, once he is committing suicide, right?
This is mind.
He is having a feeling that I got a big problem, I cannot overcome, so that I am moving away. Here lies one important thing. If he is sharing this thought to Elizabeth's sister or a close person or a counselor or a psychologist, definitely we can save them.
Mm.
So we should see that this sort of system is really developed. One thing, of course, communication among the family. Without inhibition, they have to communicate with somebody. Or national wide, you have to develop a psychologist, counselors network, social workers network. So that once he is having a feeling, if I am calling, say 0001, so that I'll get Elizabeth's sister, you can guide me. Because for a person who is having an issue and he is deciding that I cannot escape from the situation, once he is sharing to Elizabeth's sister, she can always suggest some alternative methods, which the concerned person is not aware of it. It is nothing but counseling. It is sharing. Counseling is nothing but sharing. Agree, sister? Counseling is nothing but sharing. See, sister, what once you have only one option, then you are fixed. What the point? When you have got two options, you are in dilemma. Agreed, sister? When you have got 3, 4, 5 options, you are more relaxed. See, the job of a psychologist to not to have that one option, not to have that two options, that is dilemma option, but to develop 3, 4, 2 options. Sister, I will tell a joke because then I will come to my topic. Once I was talking this one option, two option, right? Then one particular boy asked me inside the college. So that's why, sir, people are now using 2 mobiles or 3 mobiles. Yes, that's why people are using 2 to 3 cars. Yes. Then reply me, sir, why can't we have a 2 to 3 wives? See, the thing is concerned. We are talking something else, and see, the person is asking some other question. So, see, the option is very clear. As far as mental issues are having, once you have that one option, you are fixed. Second one, see, two options is you are in dilemma. If you are having 3 to 4 options, more clarity of thoughts. So this should be developed. Sister, I have done a real survey with agriculture department. We implemented one school, right, in Vallapura Higher Secondary School. It's a pilot project. What we have done, no, 9th, 10th, and 8th students, right? We have taken a survey. How is their happiness ratio, emotion quotient, EQ? Whether there is an issue inside the family. So we were trying to get information through the children about the family. And we gave a promise to the children that we will not disclose all this data to anybody. Only the numbers are given in the worksheet or the answer sheet, so that only the person who is evaluating, or rather the psychologist, understand who have written this. Once we obtain this kind of data about the emotional quotient of the family, right? Especially in the agriculture sector, there was a big issue in Kerala about the suicide of the farmers. Right? That is why we have done through the, I told you, no, agriculture department. Okay. Then we went to the concerned family and we gave the counseling, alternative methods. It is possible to prevent suicide because in almost all planned cases, it is observed that there's a stress inside the family. EQ is not good. Other than one particular thing, one particular incident, he is deciding, I will commit suicide immediate, where we cannot interfere much. But the ratio is lesser. It is observed that people are deciding to commit a suicide because their life is not absolutely okay. Their failures are very high. We cannot go back to the normal life, etc. So there is always a caution. The caution is coming through the words, coming through the emotions. If we can grab that caution through a survey, sister, it is clear. Especially from the colleges, we can get a survey about their family. Especially from the common schools, we can get a survey about the farmers. From the children, because they are more, prepared to reveal the mind. Yes or no, sister? Than we people. Especially after 45 years, it is not possible for revealing of secrets, sister. But you, if your approach is perfect, and if you, rather give the confidentiality with the children, they will give you exact data about the family. From the data, you can understand about the society. Am I right, sister?
Yes, yes.
From the society, from the farmers group, from the police people group. Yes or no, sister?
Yeah.
So if we get such a kind of data, we should immediately, a group should work for that. A happiness ministry group should work to that. Immediately we have to rush to the society and save it. See, you can observe certain families entirely committing suicide. Definitely, such sort of emotions, vibrations can be understood if you are getting a survey from them. Am I right? Negative vibration, we can get it. Once it is stored, absorbed, we can get the psychological, psychiatric intervention and we can find a solution there. But nobody is doing it. Everybody is saying, yes, how he committed suicide, we should have prevented. How we have prevented? There are methods. See, actually, one professional who have worked a lot with the psychological aspects is sharing this thing. But the idea should be implemented by the concerned authority. Elizabeth sister and myself can only suggest it. Am I right, sister? It should be implemented as a project. It should come as a mass scale. So you can avoid even commitment or suicide there. Second thing, in such a people, when we are finding from the vibrations, from the communications, from the message, from the survey, they should be exposed to psychiatrists and psychologists. And the best way, of course, the intervention is CBT. Sister might have heard about CBT therapy. It is invented by Dr. Boo. Actually, it is a cognitive behavioral therapy. Almost 30 days. See, certain psychologists will do certain weeks or certain days, but average is 25 to 30 days if you are doing it. Cognitive part can be changed. What is cognitive? Thought process. And another simple thing, once the person is in deep trouble, if he can say from the heart, I am with you, that can soothe the mind. Very simple. A simple, beautiful smile can solve so many issues. Am I right, sister? A curve of a psychologist, a real person smile, because that is the universal language, can solve so many issues. But people are not doing. People are not prepared to smile, share the love. Once the smile is there, it's a universal language, the communication will develop. The first thing is you have to smile. Then only the heart to heart will communication will come. Otherwise, brain to brain communications are coming. So communications are very less. I hope that the authorities will hear our suggestions, and 24 hours, right? I don't know, this system is there in UK. I don't know whether it is properly working in India. There is a system I heard to support all these persons who is having mental issues and to prevent suicide. Online counseling system, 24 hours. The person should be able to select the language, especially in a country like India. He may be calling from Bihar, call I may be getting. I'll be talking in English or in my language. He will be talking in some other language. So the person should be able to select the language, right? So many, 70 to 80% suicide can be, but nobody is bothered, sister. Though I am smiling, I'm worried about this aspect. One of my friends, during a lecture with some doctors, he was there. His name is Dr. Anandamohan. He is a very good social worker. He is a gynecologist also. I was also in the stage. When he introduced me, he just communicated to the people who are attending this person, Dr. So and so, my name he entered, wanted to prevent suicide all over the world. Is it possible? Everybody was smiling
Smiling.
or rather mocking. Not smiling, mocking. But still it is possible.
Yes.
Majority of the suicide can be prevented.
Yes.
But we have to find out the person who is mentally preparing for the suicide, not with the immediate cases. Still, if the immediate cases, if this, committing suicide, right? If he's calling we people, definitely we can prevent. End of the session, I will tell a story, a real story, which I have written as an article. Okay. 25 years back, I was taking a personality development classes. Okay. It was on a Sunday. Still, I remember the day. It is so happy to share this story to my sister, right? I got one call from one of my friends, Mr. Ramanand, right? He's a social worker. See, they are conducting a medical camp. Okay, sister. Nearby your school, they are conducting a medical camp in association with the government, right? Health department. I think I remember, see, particularly during that time, Dr. Vijayan was the DMO. DMO means sister, this district medical officer, and Dr. Radhakrishnan was deputy DMO there. We were working together in a hospital. Radhakrishnan sir, still, I saw him 1 week back. So we shared this story. So Ramanand called me. Hello, doctor, you have to come and take classes. There are some issues with the certain doctors. They are a little bit of, not there because of some other strike or something. They are not there. So we have to control the crowd. You have to talk almost 1 hour. Rather counseling the crowd and convincing the crowd not to make any other issue. The jeep was sent. I came back. I came to, rather went to the concerned school. Sister, the topic was given is nothing but how to prevent suicide. And it's not an easy topic to convince people and make attractive them. Somehow the 10 to 15 minutes the crowd was not happy, but after that I could overcome the resistance of the crowd. At the end of the session, I thanked the crowd when I was just going back to my seat. One young lady, 45 years, came and hugged me. Just imagine the situation. So many people there and so many VIPs there, and she hugged me. I asked her, what happened? Sir, today I was supposed to commit suicide. I came here, I came here to clear some my debts with a private, organization. It was Sunday, so the bank was private. The financial this thing took the ornaments and wanted to give it back. In the today night, I wanted to commit. So happened then when somebody was talking about suicide, I listened. I'm absolutely happy. I will not commit suicide. And then we gave the counseling and other things. She is still living, not in my Palghat district, some other place. So a mere word or uttering a few words, hearing some words can really change the life. Actually, sister, you don't believe. This story was written in this book. It's in Malayalam. Without revealing her name and other things, naming say DMO sir, etc. We were exchanging this. So definitely, if we can interfere in a professional way, a lot of suicide can be prevented all over the world. Let us hope that this seminar is an eye opener. At least once somebody is hearing. At least some authorities are hearing. My request is, Elizabeth sister, see that this video is, sent to some people, ministers or something like that. I will also try to send them so that we can save so many lives. With that, I conclude my sister, my session. I think you are allocated only 30 minutes, but I talked about the 50 minutes. I think that's also a privilege given to me because sisters always give so many privileges to the brother. Thank you. Definitely, with some other topic, we will come and we will try to do a lot of creativity all over the world. With that, thank you, my sister. Right? Hats off to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Your your teaching today is eye opener, and I want to appreciate your time because I know you are a very, very busy professor, very busy in counseling and other things you're doing in the hospital. And I'm glad to see you looking good, healthier, and happier. I'm glad to see that. Thank you so much. That's why sometimes we don't really trouble you too much so that you can take care of yourself while you are working, relaxing, and other things like that. Before you go, sir, I just want to ask one question. I know you've been talking about psychology, psychiatry, and counseling. Can you tell me exactly what it means? Three of them. What are they mean?
See, psychiatrists are really from MBBS background, right? They are the trained doctors, okay, who can also prescribe, understand the medical terms as well as the mind issues, right? So that they can give medicines.
Mhm.
So after passing the MBBS, they may be doing DPM or MD psychiatry. So they can prescribe the medicine.
Mhm.
Okay. As per the WHO, a real psychiatric, psychological people, issue people should be treated by three peoples. But that systems are not there in most of the places. Psychiatrists, psychologists, and social. Combinedly, they are treating them. And I think the psychiatrist issue is clear. They are the doctors who are prescribing the medicine for the psychiatric issues, illness. Whereas psychologists are people who are understanding or they are working in the thought process. Okay, thought process. Counseling is a general term. For example, Elizabeth sister, and I am a global career counselor with California University. I passed from California Public School. There I counsel career aspects. Okay. So I don't touch much with the other aspects. So counselors are nothing but people who are giving direction to the concerned subject. It doesn't mean it is psychology alone. They are not from the psychological background. They are counseling people. Whereas counseling psychologists are who studied from, psychological background and do psychological counseling. There are so many psychologists available, branches, clinical psychologists who help the psychiatrists, counseling psychologists. I'm basically a counseling psychologist. Education psychologist, marketing psychologists. So many people are there. Okay. So main branches are counseling psychologists and clinical psychologists. And of course, they are people who obtain doctorate and practicing. And they are also called doctor because of their PhD qualification. Other psychiatrists are qualified because of their MD or DPM or with a basic degree of MBBS. Clear, sister?
Yes.
So it will be a joint intervention, but you cannot get such a joint intervention. Only in NIMHANS or in major hospitals you have the psychologists, psychiatrists, and the social workers. Social workers are people came from MSW back, Master of Social Work. They don't do, psychological counseling. They do, certain support, counseling support. Is it clear, sister?
It is clear. It is clear.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Professor Dr. Regunath Parakkal from India. We really appreciate your time that you have spent with us. Now that you are about to leave us, I want you to give just a direct message to somebody somewhere in the world that is thinking of committing suicide. What is your powerful words, inspirational words to speak direct into them? I just want you to speak direct to them. They might be anywhere, they might be watching the video, they might be on the Facebook Live, they might be anywhere, or they can watch it. So I just want you to give them the powerful words to inspire them, to support them, and the words that can heal them. I want you to say that as your closing reports. Okay, sir?
You are asking me the message, sister?
Yes, yes. I'm asking.
Okay. I
Yes.
thought you are asking some question to
No,
somebody.
no. I want you to
Simple thing
speak
is,
direct to people that are thinking about committing suicide. Just a word to encourage them
see,
not to
very
do that.
simple thing to remove all these, cognitive problems. Very simple message from your heart. I am with you. From your heart, you can communicate. I am with you. Yes, so many issues are solved. I am with you.
I'm with
That
you.
is the message.
That's the message. I'm with you. I believe that everyone that will be watching this video, or you are part of this program today, and you are thinking, or maybe you are losing hope, or you're thinking that you are alone, or you are thinking you don't have, you are hopeless, or you don't know what to do anymore, or you are at your crossroad and you are thinking of just giving up. The steady statement that Professor Dr. Regunath Parakkal is telling you now is, I'm with you. Don't give up on yourself. Don't lose hope. While you are still breathing and you are still living, there is still hope. You can do better than what you think you are going through now. You can get better. You can go higher. And you can achieve that goal. Probably you failed several times, just like Professor have said. You've failed several times. That's not the end of the world. You lose that job, it's not the end of the world. Your business broke down, it's not the end of the world. You are expecting, your expectation was so high and it has not been met. You can still do better than that. Several people failed several times, but they still bounce back and continue where they stopped. Somebody hurts you, or you are being disappointed. You are discouraged, and you are in the state of denial. But don't give up on yourself, because we, myself and Professor Dr. Regunath, we are with you. We are with you. Thank you so much, sir. What a great section you've shared with us. In fact, this is the longest.
Longest. Oh,
Longest.
okay.
And I love
Longest.
it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for giving us this time. Thank you so much for giving us this time. I really appreciate it, sir. I really appreciate
Thank you.
it.
We
Thank
will
you.
meet in some other session.
Yes, thank you. And God
Thank you.
bless. Yes, sir.